Camp's been good. Yeah, it's been good to be out here. Um, just being around the guys again. I think that's the first thing you always miss. Through the off season is just being around the guys every day. And now that I have 3 kids, I couldn't wait to get to training camp. Full-time dad mode's is a lot tougher than being out here, but it's good to be back.
Adam, a lot of people have talked about the sort of sports science approach. I guess what have you observed, when it comes to that, when it comes to kind of a little bit of a different approach to the player health?
Yeah, I love the style that that this staff, this organization has brought, because it's kind of a mixture of both. It's kind of a mixture of the old school mentality of when you go, you grind. We stack days on top of each other, and then bringing, like you said, that science, that sports science into it to say, hey, maybe take some reps off this day, maybe give some guys an off day here and there. But I still love the approach of when it's a day to go, you got to go and you got to grind and you got to stack days on top of each other. So it's kind of a good mixture because I don't know, I think I've seen some stuff where it's kind of like full sports science and probably not for me.
Adam, what do you think of the confidence of Justin Jefferson, saying he's going to be the best receiver in the league at the end of the season, wanting to be the first receiver to 2,000 yards, just the confidence in what he's been exuding of late?
Yeah, well, I'll say this. I think if you look at the whole, picture of what he said that that's his goal, that he knows that he's not there right this second, but that's his goal. But that's exciting, right? That's what you want. You want a guy that believes in himself, that's confident. We're confident in him. We know what he's capable of. And if he keeps putting the work in, that he definitely has an opportunity to do that. So, I think that just shows his maturity level, that he's not saying, that he's not proclaiming it right now, but he's saying that I'm working towards that. So I think that shows a lot about his maturity level and where he's at in his career.
What are some of the things that he does that allow him to play beyond his years for such a young guy?
Yeah, I think it's his ability to pretty much do everything. Not a lot of guys in this league can be a deep threat, to be an underneath guy that can shake and move, to play outside, to play inside, and really do it at the highest level at all of those different criterias. So that's what's impressive. I mean, that's what I noticed from day one when he came in here, the ability to do everything. And that's like a coach's dream. I mean, these coaches that haven't seen him before in person, they come in and they're kind of like, wow, this is awesome. Just because it's literally a coach's dream.
The level of attention to detail it takes to kind of be that versatile at again, just a third-year player.
Yeah, no, there's definitely, you definitely got to be a smart football player. You have to understand, defenses. You have to understand, the offensive scheme. What's going on the backside, what's going on outside of you or inside of you, and the timing of routes and things like that. So there's a lot that goes into it, which again is impressive. It shows his maturity level. How he's able to mature that fast in this league has been impressive, and you guys have all noted that.
So Adam,
why do you guys? O'Connell has talked about how he appreciates the feedback that you and some of the other receivers have given him as things have kind of gone along. What type of feedback do you give him, and what type of response do you get?
Yeah, mostly right now I'm kind of just letting him do his thing and installing the play and trying to pick it up as fast as possible because I'm still learning and trying to figure out, what our identity is going to be and things like that. Thankfully, they've done an unbelievable job of installing and really getting us to understand what this system is and how it operates and the identity of it. But yeah, I think mostly it comes from just maybe some experience, saying, hey, this play has worked really well in the past, or we've ran this play like this before and this is why. And then just kind of letting him go from there. So I'm not saying he has to do anything. It's just kind of saying, hey, like, we've had success with this and doing it this way.
Times that he's incorporated it from what you can see.
Yeah, I think so, and I think even from coaches that have been here before, you can tell that there were some things that they said that we had success with and have brought it up to him and showed him film, and then he's incorporated it.
Why do you guys complement each other so well and get along well? Like, what makes that work?
Yeah, I think it's we both think very alike. We both play the game similar. and he's just a great teammate. So that helps a lot. When you have a great teammate next to you, it makes it easy to kind of work together and work off each other. The energy that he brings, what he brings into the building right when he walks into the door. He's not a guy that's moody or grumpy or things like that. He's always got a smile on his face. He's always got energy. He's messing around, dancing around, things like that. So, for me, that really aligns with how I play the game.
Adam, do you have any goal of you and Justin being the best receiver duo, or the Vikings having the best overall receiving core? Do you have any goal along those lines?
Absolutely. I'm not a goal-oriented person. I don't really set goals, statistical goals, things like that. But I will say that we have a lot of confidence, not only in what Justin and I can do, but also our whole receiver group, our skill groups, Kirk, our O-line being able to protect for us, and then this system. It takes a lot of people to be a part of those lists of duos and trios and groups, I guess. So it's not just two guys. It's a lot more than that. So when you have the locker room, the offense of weapons that we have, it's exciting, and it gives us confidence that we can do that individually and together.
Switching to like a primarily 3 receiver offense, what does that change for you in terms of spacing, assignments, play design, your responsibilities?
There's definitely differences, but at the end of the day, you're always in those three receiver sets, whether you're majority 3 receivers or majority 2 receivers. So not really much change from thinking about the game. And we'll get more of a feel for that as we start playing games here in preseason and stuff like that. But because right now, it's hard to say that we're more in 11 personnel or 12 personnel. But I think it's exciting that we have the players to play in all personnel groups. I think that's exciting for coaching staff and us as players, that we can go throw a lot of different stuff at a defense, and we don't have to be just stuck in 3 receiver sets.
To work grumpy?
Do I become grumpy?
When you come to work.
I'm getting a little old now, so I tend to have a little grumpiness. No, I try to make that a point. I love this game. I love being able to come in this building. I obviously love my family and my kids, but it's just amazing to be able to come in here and spend time with guys. I think the more years you put in, you realize you don't take it for granted. And so there's rarely you're going to find me in a bad mood, but every once in a while I have a bad practice, or coming off a bad practice I might be a little moody. But it's tough to be moody when you love what you do.
Has Coach been in a bad mood yet?
Has he been in a bad mood? Yeah, when I drop a pass or run the wrong route, I've seen him a little grumpy, but no.
We haven't heard any yelling yet.
No, I think that's what's really cool is you're kind of almost like, it's kind of almost awkward when things aren't going well, and you're like waiting for coach to blow up, but the positivity and the energy that they bring, even when things aren't going well, is something that's really going to set us up to handle adversity. The way that they can coach through those tough moments when we put a couple balls on the ground or things are a little lackadaisical, there's a sense of urgency still, so he's still on us. But the way that they can coach through those is something I think is going to really set us up to handle that adversity through a season. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.